Hey everybody, and welcome to this first episode of Cabinets and Cocktails, sponsored by our friends at Pixels, Pints, and Bites. So Pixels is a barcade here in Norfolk, Virginia, and they've got great food, some really cool people, wonderful drinks, and of course, games. Lots and lots of different games. Everything from refurbished and restored, some emulators and original cabinets, and it's one of my favorite places. In this new show, I'll be playing games with Bob Gallagher, the general manager here at Pixels. We'll bring you history and trivia, fun facts, as well as getting to watch us play some of our favorite games from when we were growing up. And after that, Bob is going to show you how to make one of the signature drinks on the menu here at Pixels. And you'll want to make sure to stay to the very end because we've got a special challenge for all of you that can come over to the restaurant. So grab your tokens and come on inside for Cabinets and Cocktails. All right, so today we have our Buzz Gagarin, and the game that we're going to play that sort of goes along with this is Galaga. All right, so I think we've already got it fed. We've got some of our tokens in there.
Let's see what we can do with it today.
Yeah. Why don't you start us off? So was this one of the games that you played growing up in the arcade or a game system?
This definitely was. I mean, I'm a child of the late 70s, early 80s, and my babysitter, if it wasn't my mother or my sister, it was definitely an arcade in the mall because the last thing I was going to do was sit quietly and patiently in Kaufman's or J.C. Penney's or Gimbel's or any one of those fine establishments. So definitely this was up there with Space Invaders.
So I spent a lot of time when I would go to my dad's and my stepmom's. I spent a lot of time at the public community swimming pool, and there was a handful of games in there, and Galaga was definitely one of them. I was not great at it. This one down.
Story of my life.
Yeah.
Trade you out.
All right. So I like these cabinets because you get to play Galaga or Galaga 2, Super Galaga, which I think it's just sped up.
Yeah. Funny thing is, I remember these being
not a sequel, it's just faster.
I just remember them being a lot slower 40 years ago.
And it's so is I've never known. I've never been able to figure it out. Is Galaga the ship or is Galaga the insect aliens?
From what I remember from most of them growing up, the name was always like the villain. It was never the hero, from what I recall.
Right.
So I think, because I remember in the game Zaxxon is the robot at the end of each space station.
Oh, okay.
So from what I recall...
Oh, you actually get to... Well, because the big ones, the ones that fly down and eat your ship is called a boss Galaga.
Yeah.
So I guess that's just the name of their species.
We'll go with it. I mean, unless we can find someone from Valley a long time ago, that some programmer in a dark room that was probably getting paid peanuts to make this.
Right.
But like you were saying, the swim club, my parents played racquetball, and this was one game that was always the racquetball club where I'd be given $5.
Oh yeah.
Sit up to the side.
I remember putting a quarter over the start button to say you were up next.
Right.
So challenged, they can't actually hurt you in this one. They don't come down low.
Yeah, they don't.
I like that, so your cabinet, I like that I can choose between Galaga and Galaga 2.
Especially at my skill level.
Something I thought was cool is I found out, so there's a Galaga 2, but Galaga is a sequel. It is the sequel to Galaxy.
I couldn't even remember that one.
Yeah, it was a...
So you.
So a free ship, free man is at 20,000. We made it to 14.
Unless you clear up right here.
Player 2. Nice. Nope, there it is. Well, yeah, you doubled. You have almost twice as high of a score as I do. Bonus ratio, not good. All right, I think let's try this. First bonus. Okay, so 20,080, and every 80 after that. I like the little waka sound. Like it reminds me of Pac-Man.
I would say it reminds me of childhood. There's nothing more hypnotic than walking down the concourse of the mall and hearing those beats and blips get louder as you got closer and closer.
Oh, right. Yeah. And you're supposed to try to let it capture you, right?
I can't remember.
Because you can
build up your ship by doing it.
Wasn't paying any attention.
I just remember all those games growing up. There was a shoot or be shot type atmosphere where you didn't want them to catch up.
Remember where you know where they're coming down. It's so much better. All right, I'm doing marginally better this time here.
You're still alive.
But now I think they start flying at you as well.
Right. And they shoot more.
Yeah, you got these dive bombers. I'm not sure how I made it through that. Okay, so I think so let him get me. And then get my ship back. Oh, well, that didn't work out for me.
Work on it next game.
Did not work out for me. So far, our best score is 16,920. So I think the monthly challenge is ripe for the picking for the first episode.
Well, again, it was the first one. We're letting people come in and just toying with them.
Ah, jeez.
The old bait and switch.
Oh, my ship is still... Okay, wait, maybe... Alright.
Yes.
So now I have 2 ships. Oh, this is...
And then they fire more, too.
This is so much better.
Who would have thunk it?
It does not feel twice as easy, though. It feels
Right.
exponentially easier. There it is. I lost my sidecar situation.
But it did make a world of difference.
It did.
Oh, that's not going to go good for me.
I'm impressed that I like that it remembers where you are. I kind of assumed it was gonna just
Reset it?
Reset it completely. There it is. Yeah, I almost made it to 30,000. Almost made it to 30,000. With a hit-miss ratio of half.
Much better than I'm doing. You're the one who know what's going to happen, but you just...
Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. Alrighty. So, yeah, Galaga came out in 81. Namco. And yeah, this was definitely a game I loved. I loved growing up. It sounds like you played it a whole lot.
I thought I played a much better game when I was a child.
You know, we probably did. We probably played it better than. Yeah, I think for as tough as there's games out there that are just, you got to memorize the boss fight, the pattern, and all that kind of stuff. I think a lot of these old games were sort of, it was that fast twitch skill as well. But yeah, so Galaga, I think 29,000 was where we got.
29 and change.
29 and change. So it sounds like that's what our high score for this first month will be, and we'll give you all some directions on how to come in and try to beat our challenge with that one. But
more low to start.
There we go. So we played a game. I have been drinking, which is nice. You know, we film at like 3 in the afternoon, so it's nice to have a reason to drink in the middle of the day. But why don't we go down and you can teach everybody else how to make it as well?
Will do. Today we're going to make one of our featured cocktails, the Buzz Gagarin. It's a tribute to the Harvey Wallbanger, a classic 1980s drink. Came up with this drink as an homage to space race, the Cold War, and everything that arcade era had to deal with between the United States and Russia. So in some similar fashion, we're going to start with some Russian vodka, obviously. Go about 1.5 ounces. And Wallbanger scents, we go with an Italian liqueur. About a half ounce of that. The American part of this, obviously, is a nice concentrated citrus drink from the 80s. If you're unaware of what it is, just ask your parents. It has a little bit of a tangerine effect, almost taste. A tangerine effect. Take some ice. Give this a little bit of a shake. Strain it into our pre-iced highball. We're going to give it a little garnish, classic space race style, a little orange, a USSR USA flag, and a 7-Up topper for some sparkling bubbles. And there you have it. That is the Buzz Gagarin.
Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Cabinets and Cocktails. We taught you how to make a really good drink inspired by the space race of the 80s, and we played Galaga. Our score was 29,320. Not a super high score, but that's actually pretty good news for you. All you have to do is come into the restaurant, beat our score, take a picture of yourself with that new high score, and tag Roll for Initiative and Pixels on your social media. At the end of every month, the person with the highest score that beat ours will win some really cool prizes. So I'm Ryan with Roll for Initiative, and this is Cabinets and Cocktails, brought to you by Pixels, Pints, and Bites at 2117 Colonial Avenue in Norfolk, Virginia. We'll see you next month. Bye.